In the lexicon of American symphonic composers, there are only a handful that will truly be held as the greatest of all time. People like George Gershwin, Aaron Copland, Richard Rodgers, Leonard Bernstein, John Williams. All of them wrote their music in the last 100 or so years, Williams being the only surviving member of this elite ensemble of composers. Then there was one more. The logical evolution, the zenith of the complexities of 20th century music with the grace and melody of 19th century romanticism mixed with the witticism of the postmodernist. The culmination of all music had become, especially in the genre of musical theater, Stephen Sondheim. We thank you for your daring. We thank you for your heart. We thank you for shirking the norms and following in the footsteps of mentors like Bernstein, Jules Stein, Richard Rodgers, and Oscar Hammerstein II, often exceeding their own works and revolutionizing what musical theater can be. None have yet to surpass your brilliance, and no one's come close. Welcome to episode 35 of One Man's Opinion, where I review professional theater on Broadway, national tours, and across Connecticut. Today I will be reviewing the revival of one of Stephen Sondheim's greatest works, Company, currently running at the Bernard B. Jacobs Theater, directed by Marianne Elliott. This production of Company has been much anticipated, not just by me, but most every fan of Sondheim for a few years now. I hesitate to call this a reimagined production, but it kind of is. The real selling point is the gender reversal for the lead role of Bobby, which is now Bobby with an I-E instead of a Y, and it works. I was wondering how some of the somewhat chauvinistic and cavalier attitude I've sometimes seen in Bobby would translate, and Katrina Lenk pulls it off wonderfully. The concept is something that probably wouldn't have been accepted 51 years ago when the show first premiered in 1970, but as feminism becomes more embraced and women are more and more enjoying the liberties of expressing their sexuality, a female Bobby seems only natural. If you don't know what Company is about, Bobby is turning 35. She is single but playing the field, juggling 3 different lovers, which I'm curious now why they didn't go for having one of her 3 lovers be a woman or just let Bobby be a lesbian. I imagine a lot of regional theaters doing any number of variations on this in the future, assuming the Sondheim estate permits it. Bobby has 5 couples who are friends of hers that are about to hold a surprise party for her. Catching wind of the birthday party, she reflects on them and how they all have informed her in some way as to why she should, or really shouldn't, be in her own committed relationship and get married. All 5 of them have problems, and their issues are in the forefront of Bobby's mind, along with the statuses of her relationships with her lovers Andy, Theo, and PJ. So what makes this Company brilliant isn't the concept of the gender reversal. It's the imagery, concept, and design by Elliott and her design team. Company is presented like an Alice in Wonderland mental fantasy. Like Alice unlocking the door into Wonderland, Bobby finds keys and doors throughout the set, some big, some small, some hidden in the floor. The show opens with the ticking of a clock, establishing the foreboding of what time is and people's expectations of Bobby become because of its passing. The color palette is mostly gray, like indistinct memories. Characters suddenly emerge from nowhere. The number 35 is hidden, or not so hidden, throughout the set, and even on characters' bodies. Never have I seen or heard of a production of Company that so successfully captures Bobby's subconsciousness in a clear and concise manner. Company is one of those rare shows that doesn't have a weak song in its entire program. Lenk is absolutely wonderful in all 3 of her centerpiece songs, Someone Is Waiting, Marry Me a Little, and The Stellar Being Alive. Bobby is, in my opinion, one of the hardest roles in musical theater. If done wrong, Bobby can be extremely passive and dull, while the cast of eccentric friends steal the show. But Lenk never loses her composure and command of the role, even when Matt Doyle, who plays Jamie, and Patti LuPone, who reprises her role as Joanne, each gives show-stopping numbers with Getting Married Today and The Ladies Who Lunch, respectively, that brought the audience to their feet. As Jamie is formerly what Amy, the role of Amy would have been, because Amy and Paul are now Jamie and Paul, who are a gay couple. And Patti LuPone is reprising her role as Joanne from when this production was at the West End, and she had previously played it at the New York Philharmonic concert with Neil Patrick Harris as Bobby. Now, this production is not perfect. The Harry and Sally scene is still a poorly written mess of well-intended slapstick humor. I think a little more could have been done with Someone is Waiting to give it a little more color visually. Not that Link's performance is bad on it. It isn't. Like I said earlier, she's great. It feels like there needs to be more going on stage around her with that song. I wish You Could Drive a Person Crazy didn't have to be made easier for the three men versus the dazzling original version. But overall, this is a masterclass in renovating a classic musical, keeping its heart and making it alive and new. And that is one man's opinion of Company, now playing at the Bernard B. Jacobs Theater on Broadway. Please leave your own opinion in the comments below. I'll leave a link in the description for tickets. If you like this video, hit the like button and share it with friends, and subscribe so you can be the first to be alerted of future reviews. My next one will be an off-Broadway review. I haven't done one of those yet. It'll be Trevor the Musical. So until then, I will see you at the theater.